Grocery prices are really tragic right now.
Toronto, are you struggling to pay for groceries? Well, watch this video.
Prices can't keep going up like this. How are people gonna be able to survive and eat?
Toronto grocery prices are literally through the roof right now. Why did we just come back from a grocery?
Hey, if more and more people are shopping at Dollarama because they can't afford actual groceries from a grocery store.
Not everyone comes to the Halifax shopping centre to spend big. Some head straight to the Dollarama to save a few bucks where they can.
Now this is how you know things are getting really bad. Canadians turn to Dollarama to save on groceries.
When you think of Dollarama, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Take a look at these prices.
It's cheaper.
Cheaper is right.
Tips to save money in the third least affordable city in the world, part 1.
These are the grocery items that I always get at Dollarama.
First things first is sriracha.
Welcome to Canadian Rant. This is the place where we stop pretending everything is fine and start talking about what Canadians are actually dealing with. Today, going grocery shopping doesn't feel normal anymore. It feels stressful. It feels frustrating. And for many families, it feels embarrassing, not because of what they're buying, but because of what they can't afford. Prices keep rising, but paychecks don't. Every aisle reminds you that your money doesn't stretch the way it used to. You start comparing prices more, putting items back, skipping things you once considered basic. And that's why something big is happening across the country. More Canadians are skipping major grocery chains and turning to Dollarama. Not for fun, not for convenience, but out of necessity. Snacks, pantry items, cleaning supplies, even household basics. People are finding them cheaper at a dollar store than at traditional supermarkets. Experts call it a shift in consumer behavior. But for everyday Canadians, it's much simpler than that. This is survival.
They didn't go to the measure of saying, hey, if more and more people are shopping at Dollarama because they can't afford actual groceries from a grocery store, they can't provide food for those people, maybe it's our responsibility as journalists to follow up on that and direct that to the government saying, hey, why are you not dealing with the affordability crisis? Why are we sending more money to Ukraine when they're under an investigation for corruption, international corruption? Why are we sending more taxpayer dollars to that country when people are barely making enough to feed themselves and buy groceries for their families?
Okay, I gotta know. All those people with a lot of children, how are you managing? I live in Canada and I just went to the grocery store and I spent $100. I got 2 bags of groceries, 0 meat, mostly veggies. Yes, I'm gluten-free because I'm celiac. Bread, oats, what else did I get? Oh, and 4 bagels for like $10. So sure, there is that. But the fact of the matter is that these prices can't keep going up like this. How are people gonna be able to survive and eat? I'm considering being a breatharian. These are the grocery items that I always get at Dollarama.
First things first is sriracha. It's only $3.50 versus $5 or $6 at other grocery stores. More flavor and a lot spicier too.
I have one at home, but I will be getting this just because I'm here already.
Next is sea salt. It's $1 for 1 kilogram. Spices, which are especially good if you don't have a bulk store near you because these are smaller containers. Chia seeds for $2.25, which at a grocery store, the lowest you can buy them for is about $5. And what if you hate them? This exact pasta is about $3 at other grocery stores, whereas at Dollarama, it's $1.25. They got all sorts of shapes too. Vinegar, to be fair, the price is pretty much the same because vinegar is just cheap in general. For those of you here for the first time, Dollarama also has pillows, but a lot of you guys said that they're just not comfortable. Fair enough, they're only $4. Yeah, see you in the next video.
Here are some grocery products that you can get for cheaper at Dollarama than at Canadian grocery stores. Here's all the info from this online article. When it comes to bread, the best deal you can get is at Dollarama, and here's a price comparison. When it comes to peanut butter, it's so much cheaper at Dollarama, and here's more info on that. If you're a fan of Cheerios, your morning breakfast will get cheaper with Dollarama. And my personal fave, instant noodles, super cheap at Dollarama. So let me know below, what grocery products do you buy at Dollarama?
When you think of Dollarama, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Really affordable, everything under $5 saves you a lot of money. But what if I told you there's another side to Dollarama that has made some Canadians super rich? And that's because they invested in the Dollarama stock very early. And over the last couple of years, this stock is up more than 300%, which means they 4x their money just in a few years. And these are not just investment bankers or hedge fund managers. These are everyday Canadians like you and me. So how are they able to do it? And I finally know how. The trick is investing early and catching on a trend really early, and not when the stock is already at all-time record highs. And the reality is, a lot of people have been using these easy to use, affordable AI tools like Ankler AI to monitor investments and get alerts and notifications as soon as a rally is about to start, so they can get in early. Nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody is ordained with profound knowledge. They're using tools that most of us are probably not even aware of. If you're interested in Ankler AI, check the link in bio.
Tips to save money in the third least affordable city in the world, part 1. These aren't going to save you hundreds, but it might save you a few dollars. You do not want to sleep on Dollarama. They have all of your basic household items at a discounted price. To plastic baggies, to cleaning supplies, and even hangers, to condiments, and their spices are all $1, which is a great price. Their cards are also $1, and their card packs. So we bought hangers, paper towel, 2 card packs, and 2 cards for $10. And then I went to London Drugs to see how much it would cost if I was to buy it there. So these card packs were $8 each. Each card was $7.69. For a pack of 10 hangers, it was $9. And paper towels, $4. That's $50. How do you save money?
Grocery prices are really tragic right now. So as a dietitian and mom, I'm going to show you some essentials I get at my local Dollarama to stretch my grocery budget. Let's go. For Poppy, for the boys, and for me. I love Life cereal. It's got 3 grams of fiber and 5 grams of protein per cup. My kids love these no sugar added applesauces for on the go. Whole grain bread at a great price. Canned tuna is the best, cheapest protein staple you can buy. If you love chips, these are super light and crispy with 2 grams of fiber and 3 grams of protein per serving. These whole grains are a great price. Freeze-dried fruit is usually a fortune. I love it on cereal, oats, or just for snacking. Nuts and seeds are a built-in hunger crushing combo. You know we love it. The dollar store is a great place to stock up on your plant-based milk. Basic canned tomato sauce is a great base for making chili or pasta sauce. Olives or artichokes make great salad or pizza toppings. Let me know what dollar store staples I missed.
The Loblaws boycott has turned me into a Dollarama grocery shopper, maybe forever, because this bag of rice is $2. Peanut butter, also $2. I don't even eat tuna, but for $1 a can, I'm gonna start. 36 tea bags for $1. You can buy oat milk and almond milk for less than $3 a carton. Y'all know these chia seeds would be like $7 at Loblaws. They are $1.75. $3.50 for a big bottle of sriracha, and these crispy onions for $1.75. So get to Dollarama and find those deals.
And this morning, we're getting some new numbers in pointing to how the economy is doing. This, as the Canadian Real Estate Association is pointed to some challenging sales numbers, showing that sales dropped 11% year over year. Now, when it comes to inflation, it remains steady in November, rising 2.2% on a year-over-year basis. That figure was unchanged from October. StatsCan says food prices reached a 2-year high last month, but this was also the first month that saw the core measures of inflation, which removes the more volatile items, come in at just below 3%. That's just at the upper end of the Bank of Canada's inflation control range.
Now this is how you know things are getting really bad. Canadians turn to Dollarama to save on groceries. Now what in the world is that Dollarama to get for groceries other than junk? I'm guessing we're going to have a really unhealthy population in the next couple of years because people are just doing whatever they can to survive. This is getting really insane. Oh, Canada. Crazy.
Hi, Maria. Isn't that the truth? Whether it's food or housing, the cost of living is putting a strain on everyone's pocketbooks. Many shoppers say discount stores might just be the way to go to make a bit more sense. Not everyone comes to the Halifax shopping center to spend big. Some head straight to the Dollarama to save a few bucks where they can.
I'd say I go to Dollarama more often just because it's more economical for me.
A common trend according to Dollarama's recent earnings report. The retail giant's sales increased by 22% with a forecast of $1.9 billion this year.
I shop often here because I can get cheap deals here. Most of the items are cheaper compared to other grocery stores. So I always visit this dollar store.
In a statement to CTV News, Dollarama says in Canada during the third quarter, we saw strong store customer traffic trends. The store adds the certainty of our low prices and year-round value keeps bringing customers back.
Some items, the quality is not the same, but for certain items that are disposable, it's definitely it's worth it to shop at the dollar store. I mean, it's just It's economics.
It's not just this budget franchise people rely on. It's all discount stores.
Because of elevated unemployment and a lot of uncertainty around the trade dispute with our friends in the South, consumers have gravitated toward more value retailers, you know, whether it's No Frills for grocery or Dollarama or Walmart or even Amazon. There's a lot of sort of more economical options out there, and consumers are gravitating.
Saving a buck makes a lot of sense for Maritimers in today's economic times.
Even what you might call the middle class or upper middle class, if there is that category anymore, they're shopping at some of these value places too, which means they might be feeling some downward pressure, you know, on their earnings and trying to make ends meet.
Inflation's coming down, but it doesn't ignore the fact that it was, you know, almost double digits for 2 or 3 years. So we're not getting those disposable funds back, or, you know, so it's more expensive.
Has this become an alternative for you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Even if the prices are discounted, costs still add up. Retail analyst Bruce Winder explains these may be cheaper stores, but inflation still plays a part on the price. So items aren't as affordable as they once were, Maria.
Well, that just seems to be the case everywhere. Thank you, Emma. CTV's Emma Convey for us in the news center this evening.
Take a look at these prices.
It's cheaper.
Cheaper is right. Food, toiletries,
Winter item and everything.
even holiday goods.
You're going here because why? Because it's
The cheaper. Yeah. Only that's the reason.
Found here at the Canadian budget retail store Dollarama for a fraction of what you might find at other stores.
The value. It's all about the value.
Lena Ricci finds herself shopping here more often these days.
I think I saved at least $15. Yeah.
It goes a long way.
It does. It goes a long way. I could spend it on my other groceries, like my meats.
And she's not alone.
Last year, Dollarama listed its third quarter sales at $1.5 billion. 1 year later, just this past quarter, that sales forecast soared to $1.9 billion. That's a 1 year increase of 22%.
It shows that consumers are suffering. It shows that consumers with modest incomes are hurting.
Since the pandemic, the cost of living has shot up. Rising inflation, interest rates, housing, and food costs, combined with the U.S. trade war, creating the perfect storm.
In the third quarter, we actually did see household spending drop by 0.1%. That's the first time that household spending overall has fallen since 2021.
While budget retail chains like Dollarama have thrived, the company says opening more stores in Canada and Australia has increased profits, but analysts say so has depending on the cheap cost of goods from overseas.
We're not going to find very many products that are made in North America or Europe. They clearly specialize in things that they can buy at a relatively low price.
Pulling away from the Buy Canadian movement that was brought on by the trade war.
I'm trying to tighten the budget. We have a big family, you know, we're Italian, we eat a lot of food. And
as long as it puts food on the table this holiday season. Kamal Karamali, CTV News, Toronto.
Let's head to Dollarama to see what kind of cute finds we can get. First, I came across this really cute bundle of kids' plates. They're BPA free, dishwasher safe, microwave safe. I love the texture. I love the color. It just looks like really good quality. It's a bundle of 4. It has rubber on the bottom so they don't slip inside on the table, and it's only $5 for a package of 4. Next, I came across the Jessica Simpson makeup bag. This is something that I saw shared before on socials, and I just want to let you know that yes, it's still at the dollar store and is only $5. I thought this picnic blanket was really cute. It's just for the summer, probably something you can just bring for like a small picnic with your kids or something for them to sit on at the park. That's the bottom for when you put it on the ground. It's 150 times 130 centimeters and it's $5. And then I came across their collection of fake flowers, and a lot of them look really good. And I think if you put them in a cute vase, it would be really nice decor for your home and just really nice and springy. And lastly, I came across these cute decor plates for your kitchen. I just thought they were really cute. They're $4 each. This is the other style I found. I just thought it was something fun that you can hang in your kitchen for an affordable price.
Toronto grocery prices are literally through the roof right now. Why did we just come back from a grocery store and spend $8 on 30 apples? So we are heading to a fruit and vegetable market to get the rest of our produce for a fraction of the price. There's two that we usually go to. We're at Yonge and Davisville. First one is the fruit basket. And we also go to the fresh buy market, but today we are going to the fruit basket. A bag of apples for $1.29. Unfortunately, I only eat Honeycrisp, so we're gonna grab these ones, which is $1.99. Still not bad. Grabbing 2 blackberries for $2. Tomatoes are 2 for $4. Enoki mushrooms for hot pot. Broccoli. Baby bok choy for hot pot. Okay, so this is the final haul.
I think the total will be $30.
I think it's gonna be $28. And here's our grand total. $28.92 for 13 fruits and vegetables. That's really good.
There is a new grocery store in Toronto called Food World, and it might just be the cheapest of them all. It is this ginormous building. The first thing you see on the inside is the produce section, and I noticed that majority of the fruits and vegetables were on sale. Literally nothing was over $3. I took a video of all the fruits and vegetables so you could see how organized and clean everything is. I am a huge snacker. From AM to PM, you will find some sort of snack in my hand, and this place was filled with super cool sodas, chips, and candies that I've never seen before. Island soda was definitely familiar, and correct me if I'm wrong, but pineapple is the superior flavor. Anyways, I thought this was insane. It was this huge pile of 2-minute noodles and they were 5 for $1. It doesn't get any cheaper than that. I had a variety of ramen, but I will say majority of the grocery store is Indian food. They even had Lay's chips that said from India, so the flavors were tomato tango and magic masala. Both of those instantly went in my cart. They also had a juice box called Peanut Punch. I didn't take it home with me, but let me know if I should go back for it next time. By the way, there was a huge hot table full of super affordable meals. I'm talking $5 medium pizzas. Let me know if you want a haul, but I post every day, so make sure to follow along.
Toronto, are you struggling to pay for groceries? Well, watch this video. Almost 2/3 of Canadians have switched their primary grocery store in the last year. A new report states that over 30% of Canadians choose their grocery store just due to the deals for that week. And over 60% of Canadians seek discounted foods every week on the discount aisle. The top destination for discounted food or any Loblaw-owned grocery stores, then Walmart, then Costco. However, we may have a solution with those grocery saving apps. So Toronto, do you think that those grocery saving apps can help us out of this grocery crisis?
When a dollar store becomes part of your grocery routine, it should set off alarms. Because this isn't about smart shopping or being thrifty anymore. It's about people being pushed into corners by rising food prices and shrinking buying power. Dollarama was never meant to replace grocery stores. It was meant for small extras, quick items, or occasional savings. But now, Canadians are relying on it just to make ends meet. That tells us something important. It tells us that the cost of living crisis isn't coming. It's already here. Food inflation doesn't hit everyone the same way. For higher income households, it's an inconvenience. For working class families, seniors, students, and newcomers, it's a constant calculation. Do I buy fruits this week or cleaning supplies? Do I get snacks for my kids or save that money for gas? Do I stretch this meal one more day? These are not decisions Canadians should be making in a country this wealthy. Experts can debate policies, governments can release reports, corporations can justify price increases. But real life is happening at the checkout counter, where people watch totals climb faster than their wages. And the most dangerous part? This new reality is slowly becoming normalized. People are adjusting, lowering expectations, accepting less as the new normal. But struggling to afford food should never be normal. When Canadians start celebrating small savings at dollar stores just to survive, it's a sign that the system is failing the people it's supposed to protect. This isn't about blaming shoppers. It's about asking why working harder no longer guarantees stability. So if you've noticed your habits changing, if you felt that silent stress at the register, if you've walked into Dollarama, not because you wanted to, but because you had to, you're not alone. And these stories deserve to be heard. If you believe Canadians deserve affordable food, fair wages, and dignity, support the conversation. Like, share, and subscribe to Canadian Rant. Because silence doesn't lower prices, but just and but speaking up might be the first step toward change in the scheme.